Hello, my dudes. Hey, Mom, how's it going, Alexis? Satur? Endril, hope you guys doing good. You know, Static, that's a really fucking good point, dude. Fuck. God damn it. Yes. Today is the 30th. Enjoying the weather? Oh, dude. All right, I need to... Give me a sec. I'll show you a shot in a sec. That'd be nice. Hey, Razor, speak of the devil. How you doing, dude? Oh. Oh. You're starting the new job tomorrow, right? Ah, yeah, I got it. Thank you, Razor. To get to you from here is about 3 hours, so I'll is there a particular time that you want me tomorrow? Or am I just good to leave in the morning? And the weather is looking really nice for tomorrow as well. Fucking leap years, dude. They're so dumb, man. Can't President Trump just get rid of leap years? Hey, Attacker, you're right, dude. All right. Good afternoon, everybody. Oh, there's an ad starting in like 1 minute. I've literally done this at the most awkward time. maybe I should wait till the ad's done. I was going to show you a quick short that I did in response to Nick's comment about enjoying the sun. Wait, Nick, see you? No, you're not a sub. Yeah, I'll wait for after the ad. Let me show you. I can show you this one though. Mute. So I put this together last night just to like show the comparison of before and after color grading. So this is raw footage. Look at the difference, dude. Like it's... Oh.
You will respect my authority!
Oh,
Next
thanks,
underscore
Next.
just subscribed. Didn't realize I had a Prime sub until you mentioned it.
Thank you, dude. I really appreciate that. Thank you for the 29 months. Yeah, like the color grading is just absolutely insane. This is the advantage of recording my footage in the raw log format. Like you can pull so much more detail out of the recording. Hey Tomsky, you're right, dude. Dan, when are you going to start winning, dude? So we are going to be drawing the giveaway today, not on the 30th that doesn't exist this year because science. When you care about me again. Ooh, that's going to be a while, dude. All right, so what I was going to show you was in response to Loser for Life. Oh, no. What I was going to show you in response to Are You Enjoying the Sunshine was this. Can I play this on YouTube? I don't know if I'll probably get in trouble for playing this on YouTube. Oh, well, never mind.
Wisdom on me, I'm lost in space here. You're not where you want to be.
So generally the answer to am I enjoying the sunshine is yes.
You said it. Well, say you could snap your fingers and be wherever you wanted to be. I bet you'd still feel this way. Not in the right place. The point is you can't get so hung up on where
Pretty
you
much.
are to be that you forget how to make the most of where you are. What are you telling me? Take a break from worrying about what you can't control. Live a little. Live a little.
Literally every single day I've been hopping on the bike to go and chase sunsets. And dude, it's so nice, man. It's not too hot, not too cold. It's like 12, 13 degrees Celsius at the moment, I think, outside. It's really, really nice. Walked into the living room earlier with 6 of the 7 cats just lounging all spread out in the sun by the window. Maybe I'm a cat, dude. So we have news. The roadmap has been updated. And there's some... Oh, well, it's all redacted. Apparently, we're getting redacted stuff. We're getting redacted locations. We're getting Hathor Ground Alignment Station. We're getting Hathor Mining Station. We're getting some Vault weapons. But most importantly, we're getting some fucking space combat missions. Finally. Thank you. And it's a redacted sandbox activity. But thank you. I'm not saying it's because Elliot was in my chat and I called him out like 2 weeks ago, but I am very excited to have finally some new space combat missions after like a decade of waiting.
You are weak and I am mighty.
An anonymous user gifted a tier 1 sub to Redacted.
Anonymous gifter, thank you for the gifted subs. Sub. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Hey, Rosie. How you doing, dude? There is an Inside Star Citizen. I assume you've all watched it. I've watched it. Shall we watch it? Okay, let's go.
Are you happy with yourself?
Over the moon. Ecstatic with myself.
Their armor was the same with a color difference. There was a mission where we told you to go kill slicer supplies that was the exact same when we told you to go kill frontier fighter supplies.
The data pads I placed around Stanton as well, telling you, giving you hints that maybe something was going on. I think this is a great kind of PSA to read your contracts from now on. Maybe I hid them a little too well.
I'm gonna throw something absolutely wild out there. And it's that this isn't 2004 anymore. I'm not playing World of Warcraft. Can we please have some voice acting? For the love of God, there's literally AI synthetic voices now. Please. I know this sounds like a very first world problem, right? Oh, Noodle's complaining because he has to read the quest text. The issue is not my ability to read the quest text. I've read books, right? I know how to read. The issue is that I want to be immersed in the world, right? And doing the same dumb repetitive mission over and over and over again. All right. And reading that, it kind of encourages me not to read the quest text. Right. Especially when say I want the name of my target. All right. Important critical information in a mission briefing should be TLDR'd at the top. If I then want to read the lore behind the mission, yeah, I can continue reading, but give me the TLDR, critical information, at the top in an easy to read format. But most importantly, for the love of God, give me some voice acting, dude. I want to feel like I'm living in a universe. I don't want it to feel like 2004 vanilla World of Warcraft, where I'm clicking on a dude with a question mark over him, and then it just pops up with quest text. All right. It's been a means to an end at this point, but can we, like, expand a little bit and just start to make it feel a little bit more like a universe? Do you know what I mean?
Well, sorry.
The staff have been doing the voiceovers for the last 10 years, Razor. If you run around the stations in Star Citizen, you hear Disco Lando everywhere.
By now, you will have realized that the Frontier Fighters weren't exactly who they said they were. Or, in other cases, they were exactly who they said they were.
Frontier Fighters were specifically designed to show players that we can mess with their morals via this narrative storytelling.
I'm going to be honest with you. I don't even know what the narrative is. All I know is what I've read on Reddit. So all I know is that there were 3 factions. I picked a random one. And that Reddit was really upset because they found out later on that there were particular ship paints attributed to whichever faction. That's all I know. Yeah, that's it. I don't even know what the story is, dude. Because again, sorry, I'm not going to read the quest text. Now, are there people who will sit there and nerd out over the quest text? Absolutely. But it's really important to remember that different people engage with media in different ways. I am not a sit there and read the quest text person. Now, if you give me a cutscene, right? I love cinema. Like, if you go and look at my... Oh, this is fucking Chrome. I'm such a noob. Sorry, I'm new to the internet. If you look at my history on YouTube, look at this. Dune 3 suffers major loss. Denis Villeneuve explains why he changed his mind about Dune 3. Look. Movie monologues, right? I love cinema, right? So yeah, give me cutscenes. I immerse me in that kind of way. Now, not everybody's into cutscenes, right? Maybe some people will just skip past the cutscenes, but they enjoy the voice acting in the missions, right? Love how they did sign language, but I'm dyslexic and I won't read the missions. Even a text-to-speech would be amazing. Yeah, that's my point, right? Like, again, everybody engages with this stuff in different ways. And they need to think about not just the one type of player who plays this game. They need to think about all the people who play this game, right? And it's clear that they care about, like, the world that they're trying to build, but you need to make that accessible for everyone, right? So, like I said earlier, you're right. There's text-to-speech. There's some fucking fantastic AI synthesized voices now, right? So I'm sure that there will be people firmly against this, but I'm fine with. For example, Dune is a great example. You know the narrator from Dune? Narrator. And by the way, the narrator from Dune is the editor of the movie.
Spice is used by the navigators of the Spacing Guild to find safe paths between the stars. Without spice, interstellar travel is impossible.
So, that's better than nothing. Would I personally prefer an actual, like, rather than one generic voice that reads everything out? I would prefer to actually hear the character, absolutely. But yeah, I'm just past this point of reading quest text. I will never really understand what's going on in a narrative in Star Citizen if I'm being forced to read quest text. I just won't read it. It really is as simple as that.
Frontier fighters were the ones who staged the attack on Stanton, posing as slicers to cause an uproar about Pyro, to stage a war on Pyro, to get rid of the criminal gangs that are there.
It was a...
Do you know a really good way to tell a story? And this is something that I learned from Elden Ring. I will look for the 5 most important. That's exactly me, dude. Environmental storytelling. I didn't really understand or know. I'd never even considered what environmental storytelling was. And I didn't even know the term up until I played Elden Ring. And that is how Elden Ring tells its story. I really appreciate I know that Elden Ring and those types of games aren't for everyone. And it really wasn't for me until I played Elden Ring. And then I realized that they don't try to, like, force the story upon you. They let you discover the story. It's awesome. And essentially, environmental storytelling is, there's that, I don't know if it's still in the game, but there's that one mission in Star Citizen where you have to go, it's a criminal mission, and you have to go pick up a box. It's essentially full of body parts, but when you go to the outposts, there's, like, blood and just little signs of what's happened. That's environmental storytelling. And the fact that I am able to describe that mission to you is fucking awesome. It's the same as the Gundo mission, right? Where, and to be honest with you, the Gundo mission, this is where I get really frustrated with CIG, right? Because the Gundo mission was one of the very first missions ever added to Star Citizen. And to date, it is still one of the best missions that was ever added to Star Citizen, alongside the Tessa Bannister missions. And the whole reason it's such an incredible mission is the location is awesome. It's an abandoned station where something happened, right? But then the mission is voice acted. The wife of the man who was killed is asking you for help, and it's voice acted, right? And it's just so hugely immersive. And then once you get to the station and you start looking around, you find all these little environmental storytelling signs of what happened, right? It's awesome. Rather than, just opening up your mobiGlas, going to the contract manager, there being quest text that you'll never read, go here and kill this guy, with zero environmental storytelling and zero voice acting, right? Yeah, that's the one, Pester. Yes. And it's so good. And you've got all those little data pads. Each one has more information about what happened, right? It was so incredibly good.
A band of mercenaries led by a woman called Amelia, who wanted to start an attack in Stanton to drum up hate for Pyro so that she could get the backing of regular people to go and attack Pyro.
But that also included civilians, and that also included gangs who had no interest in threatening Stanton at all.
So this was a false flag operation?
Yes, this was a false flag operation.
And you fell for it.
No, I didn't, because I selected a random... I had to select one of 3 factions. Actually, I didn't even select a faction. I just clicked a mission, dude. I didn't give a shit. I just started clicking missions. I selected nothing because I had no idea what was going on. I felt like an 80-year-old grandmother with dementia. I had no idea where I was, what I was doing. I was just clicking.
You fell for it.
I didn't. I didn't know what was happening.
You named it Maniac after yourself.
I didn't do that. Haddock did that.
So our next chapter in March is called Supply or Die. This is split into 3 parts of the event. This is where the CFP and the Headhunters are coming off half the heels of the invasion of the Frontier Fighters, and they're trying to resupply and rebuild to continue the efforts of attacking the Frontier Fighters. This event is essentially a one-shot. You have to play it in March, and when the next patch drops after that, you won't be able to play it again.
Oh man, how do you guys feel about this? How do you guys feel about them doing like the one-off events while the game is still in alpha? I'll be honest with you, it doesn't bother me at all. As long as they are not wasting what is developed. And I know it seems like it's a waste that they're doing them as one-offs, but the technology that's being developed to create... Essentially, right? Say you want to build a business, or like even as a content creator, right? To work out, or you want to learn a new skill. Like say you want to be a developer, right? You need to kind of give yourself a task that kind of puts you up against adversity, right? And challenges to overcome, to learn, and to build, right? So essentially, when I say I don't think they're actually wasting resources here, like obviously, if there was voice acting for these missions, then yeah, that wouldn't be used again. But that's, I think, a very small part of it. They are creating processes within the company, right, for mission development. They are creating brand new technology needed to create missions, all right? And all that gets reused, right? So I'm kind of okay with them doing one-offs. Kind of meh. I like that there'll be new things to do, but I won't be following the story intensely all year. We'll see how the pace works out. Yeah, no, that bit I definitely agree with. I'm finding it way too not difficult to follow the story. Like if I wanted to put in the effort to learn the story, I would. And we've already talked about, or I've already talked about my issues with like it just not feeling immersive. But on top of that, I don't care about any of these characters. Wait, are there even any characters? Because, for example, Tessa Bannister, you go and talk to anybody who played this game like 6-7 years ago and ask them about Tessa Bannister. People care about Tessa Bannister, right? I don't think a character even been introduced in this. Well, that developer then she mentioned a name. Kellogg was it or something? I don't know. I kind of feel like until you make it immersive, until you actually give us characters that, you know, we kind of care about, the majority of people won't really care about the story. And again, it's very hard to make people like characters when, for example, there's no voice acting, because you know the saying, the eyes are the window to the soul, right? That's so incredibly true. And, you know, if you just talk to somebody over text, you absolutely do not get the same connection with someone as you would if you talked to them over the phone. Just hearing a voice just makes it so much more personal. But then on top of that, if you see somebody, right? You see somebody's face and you have a video call, right? That takes it to the whole next level. And then if you actually meet somebody in person, that makes it even more personal, right? So again, just giving us text is literally the least personal thing that CIG can do. And it is the least likely that anyone will give a shit about any of the characters. And again, I'm not saying nobody will. There are plenty of people who read books. I grew up reading all of the Star Wars books and Lord of the Rings and Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, etc., 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 right? And you can absolutely, you can appreciate characters, but from my example, whenever I would read books when I was a kid, you know, I'd be like 15 years old. I would have woken up in the morning, gone and done my chores, fed the horses, fed the dogs, then gone to school, had a full day in school, then come home, walked the dogs, then gotten my horse ready, put the tack on, gone and ridden my horse, then ride my mum's horse, then come home, then do my homework, by which point it's like 9:30 in the evening. And then I would run a bath. I would run a bath, get in the bath, and I would take my copy of Star Wars Rogue Squadron in the bath with me, or Wrath Squadron, or whatever I was reading from Michael Stackpole, right? And that was my 1 hour of downtime to kind of chill. And yeah, I absolutely, in that scenario, would feel a lot more differently about characters. But when I sit and I play a video game, I'm not kind of like wiring my brain for reading text, right? I'm wiring my brain for physical wiggling of my joysticks and shooting shit, right? I want something more immersive. I want something, and I hate to use this word, a little bit more cinematic, you know?
Rewards. With this narrative arc that we're doing for the rest of this year, we're really trying to build these moments in our history where you as the player will come in and experience it, and then if you was here for it, great. But if you wasn't, you've missed out.
And you know what? For this, again, I'm fine with that, because it does allow players to kind of tell stories, but that only works if it was genuinely a really, really epic event that everyone got behind, right? And an actual example of this in Star Citizen's history is Jumptown. And I'm not talking about the event that the mission team created. I'm talking about the original Jumptown, right? It was such a phenomenal success that just came out of CIG adding one too many zeros and making drugs, making Widow incredibly valuable, and it just turned into such an incredible scenario. And anyone that was around at the time, you can listen to them talk today and they will gush about how good that patch was. Even though there were loads of bugs, One of the bugs that I remember so adamantly, and I remember it so well because I managed to get it fixed, was the speed bug. And the way that that worked was when you were attacking another person, if they took damage and then went and repaired, they got their hit points back, but it didn't, when you were knocking like bits of wing off, that would lower the mass of the ship, making it faster. But then when you went and repaired, it would give you the hit points back, but the mass wouldn't return. So you would stay with ridiculously fast acceleration. So there were issues with the patch, but the problem, the reason people still gush about how good it was because anyone who went to Jumptown was going there with the expectation that they were probably going to be attacked. And most people were up for the fight. All right. So yeah. You talk to anybody who was around at the time, they will gush about Jumptown, right? And I think CIG would like for the community to kind of do the same thing, but with these events, right? And can they do that? I think they can do that. But again, the event does need to be that good. And the storytelling needs to be that good. But again, I don't want to keep harping on about it. You can't just tell the story through quest text, all right?
Right. Well, if you wasn't, you've missed out.
For this event, there are 6 new locations that we built, 1 on each of the major planets in Pyro. These locations are discoverable by quantum marker, and at these locations, you will find these
Okay, so my next question is, how do you guys feel about this?
depots. The difference between an outpost and a depot is that an outpost is generally a lot larger in size. There's various things to do.
So what I'm asking is, how do you guys feel about this? The graffiti basically with giant arrows saying, go this way. Is it just me, or does this feel way too much like I'm at a theme park? And I think I understand why they're doing this, because we don't have the FPS scanning tech in yet. I think once they have the FPS scanning tech in, I would prefer to be actively scanning for my mission objective and using the scanner. I think it ruins the game for me. Hey, catch you later, Razor. It doesn't ruin the game. It makes the game feel so arcadey. It makes it feel less like kind of like this gritty universe that we've always had, and more like Overwatch. You know what I mean? The yellow paint in other games test is evident of needing it. No, that's bullshit. Not every game has yellow paint everywhere. Ubisoft games do. Yeah, and those are fucking terrible, right? We shouldn't be looking at bad games and going, yes, that's what I aspire to. I think that's a really bad outlook. It's too cliche. Pyro 2, bad guys live in filth, etc., etc. Yeah, funnily enough, like on one of the other shots that they showed earlier, they showed the pool table. And the first time I saw one of the pool tables in Pyro, I was like, why is it covered in rocks? Like, look, I live in the most dangerous town in Wales, right? 121 crimes per 1,000 people, all right? Newport is quite gritty. Newport is quite dirty. But let me tell you, the boys here love playing pool. Because Crims don't play pool. Don't you find that fucking weird, dude? So why are there balls on the pool table? Like I mentioned earlier about environmental storytelling, right? And I don't know, it feels like really weird. Like they're literally in a bar drinking beer, yet no one goes, yeah, you know what? I fancy a game of pool. I don't know. It's just really weird level design for me. I didn't say all games. I said other games and the tests they did. Yeah, but my point still stands, right? You said yellow paint in other games is evident of needing it. No. No. There are plenty of other games. In fact, your latest statement kind of reinforces the point I'm making. It didn't say all games, other games, and the test they did. There are some games like Ubisoft use it in every game they make, where they will make a climbable ledge and put yellow paint on it. And CIG have done this as well. But not all games have done that. And there are a lot of much better games that haven't. And I don't think looking at some of the... I don't think looking at less successful games is a good way to try to make your game successful. And using methods that less successful games have used is a good way to make your game successful. And here's the thing. To a degree, I don't mind, right? I don't mind the whole follow the blue flower thing, all right? That's fine, in my opinion. Using the environment to navigate people, as long as it's subtle, I think is okay. But we're not talking about subtlety here. We're literally talking about giant painted arrows. Like, what the... And the words big money inside. It's literally a theme park. If you went to Disney, right? Say you go to Disneyland or Disney World, whatever it's called, wherever you're from, right? This is exactly what I would expect from some sort of interactive Star Wars thing, right? Where you go in and they're like, all right, guys, this is a ride that you interact with, and you've gotta go and find the credits. This is exactly what I would expect from Disneyland. Right? Not expect from a universe, right, that I'm supposed to be immersed in. I don't know. It just I think it's terrible, man. I think it's really boring.
Like a little community that kind of is in one way or another self-sufficient. A depot is really just an offshoot storage location. So in that sense, it doesn't have all the amenities.
It's like look at this one.
An offshoot storage location.
There's literally an arrow pointing at the cargo elevator. How dumb do they think we are? We know it's a cargo elevator. You don't need arrows pointing at the cargo elevator.
Damdom Gaming
Fuck
just
me, dude.
subscribed. Fire Z Orbital Lasers.
Hey, Damdom, thank you for the resub, dude. Like, dude, come on, bro.
Location.
Please don't
So in
insult
that
my
sense,
intelligence.
It doesn't have all the amenities for a local population or for the player as well. It's more of like an offshoot location.
Hey, Anthony, you're right, dude.
The depots see the return of the scavengers, the circus, essentially, that was introduced with the ghost arenas.
So this is not a faction we've seen much about, but it's a faction that we can identify by green.
Now, if this is just a thing that this faction does, I'm okay with this. It could, but my concern is that this is a thing that CIG would try to roll out to other locations, right? But if this is just a thing that this one faction does, and it's basically Hunger Games, right? Then I don't mind it so much. I just don't want this rolling out. I just don't want the whole game to be like this, you know? It's already, over the last few years, Star Citizen has already started to feel a lot more like an arcade game. And whenever I see anything that points more towards it becoming more of an arcadey theme park, it does make me feel concerned, you know? I get your point slightly, but as an FPS player that plays this game, 90% of pilots that set foot outside their ship don't have the brain power to even see someone stood in front of them. So I can see why CIG has put them in, not going to lie. I really don't understand what that even means. I understand what you're saying. I don't understand how that's relevant to the conversation. I'm sorry.
Tags and spray paints on the buildings.
So as you go around the environment, you'll see that they've tagged it, and they'll be saying, you can get big money here, and go here, and go here. This is where you buy it. Look out here, take cover here. The location is one that they've taken over, and they've added their unique twist to.
The outlaw depots, I think, are really cool from a player perspective through the way that...
Yeah, but you're talking about pilots. If you're doing a ground FPS mission, right, you're not in a ship, dude. You're on the ground. That's why I say I don't understand why what you're saying is relevant.
It's a location that is really built for the interaction. It provides a lot of cover. It's located in a more convenient, accessible way. It has very clear, distinct sections. So that helps hopefully as well for the players to kind of call out where the different people are coming from or where they are located. So it's a high risk, high reward location that is really built for PvP. There is an initial population at the location, so if you're the first there to show up, you might be a little bit careful. If you're gonna land in the middle, might be a little bit hot, but that's the right challenge that we're trying to provide for you guys.
Yeah, but you completely missed the part of the conversation where I said, this is where we really need the FPS scanning, right? I would much prefer to have a tool that I use to find the thing that I need for a mission than have theme park styled arrows. And also on top of that, I'm going to say that, look, if people don't have the situational awareness, that's their problem. You can't build a product. You can't make a movie. You can't make a video game. You can't make a car for the lowest common denominator. And what I mean by that is the dumbest person in the room. There's a reason car exams exist. There's a reason pilot exams exist. All right. There's a reason why some people like certain movies and don't like other movies. All right. And arguing that we should be making Star Citizen for the dumbest person in the room, I know it sounds incredibly brutal, what I'm saying. I don't think that's healthy to the game, because you will ultimately end up, like, I think a lot of people really don't understand how dumb some people can be. You will just end up with a game that is dumbed down so much that it's not interesting. Yeah, so you agree with me then, right? So we've basically had an argument and come to the same conclusion that you agree with me. So I don't really understand why we're arguing. Again, to take it back to the very first comment that I made, which was, I just hope that this is temporary until we have FPS scanning, right? And again, like I said, I don't mind. I actually don't mind if this is a thing, if this is just like a small thing that one faction does in a very particular type of location. I'm actually okay with there being this kind of thing in an arena, a Hunger Games style arena, right? What I'm arguing is I don't want this to be the whole game in every location, right? Because that's boring as shit. Hopefully new patch will be out today, Anthony. I'm hoping, maybe. I've been keeping an eye on... Oh, yeah, they're pushing it out today. Potential live release later today. Fuck yes. Nice.
One of the first missions requires you to get a commodity called Deathtrine, and there's a mission for CFB and Headhunters. This commodity requires you to go to these depots.
I think what doesn't help is that I'm somewhat autistic as well. So, like, I'm not the best at communicating, but we got there in the end.
Where you have to invest your own money to get this Deathtrine and return it to either faction that you decided to go with. Deathtrine is a rare plant that they can...
Again, the fact that they put an arrow in every corner of the friggin'... Look.
Deathtrine is a rare plant that they can...
I would love spray painting in Star Citizen.
For medical purposes, and the Headhunters can use it for more fun purposes.
Elliot came over to the economy area and said, hey, I've got some new missions we're building, and they're a little bit different from some we've done before. So we worked together to come up with a fairly new reward structure specifically for these new missions.
The idea as well is that if you've completed this mission series and you've got your reward, you can just keep going. You can sell these commodities in the sandbox world and get quite a big profit margin. But again, your risk is you have to put up your own money, put in your own time, and risk your own life.
I really like that. And that's something that I have been asking for a long time. The issue with just having a mission where it just spits out boxes and gives you stuff is that there's no risk, right? The only risk, and Jumptown, this is actually, they've developed this clearly from feedback from their Jumptown event, right? Because for those who haven't played the Jumptown event, what that one does is it just spits out boxes. It just slowly spits out boxes and you have to load up your ship. So if another player turns up and they steal your ship, then the only thing that you've lost is time. You haven't lost money. You haven't invested anything. So a big, you know, I gave the feedback at the time of this would be way more interesting if this was a vending machine kind of, right? Where you actually had to pay, there was an NPC here who was cooking drugs for you, right? And you had to pay them to cook the drugs for you. Because what that then does is it gives the player an extra level. Hey, Kira, how you doing? It gives the player an extra level of, what's the word I'm looking for? Fuck, I just had it in my head. Investment, right? And it's going to make them, paranoid isn't the word that I really want to use, but it's going to make them pay far more attention to the defense of their ship and their drugs, right? Very often at Jumptown, in fact, you know, I have a video about this from back in the day when I was playing a while ago with Burks and Mike. Let me see if I can find it. View channel. God, this is an old video. This one. Quick, grab the box. This was such a good day, dude.
There is overthinking before we even know the lay of the land.
We don't even have to steal the ship.
So me, Burks, Mike, and a couple of other people, we went to Jumptown, and there was basically a conga line there, right?
What do you think, guys? What do you think? Comms off or comms?
We do comms off. I could QED everyone.
And we essentially helped other people.
He's taking off.
Go for
We're
it.
gonna have to follow him. Yep.
We helped other people load their ships.
Nomad Admiral Schlonglong.
And then we robbed them. It was freaking awesome. And I think what events like this will do is it will, and this won't necessarily, it doesn't necessarily sound too nice, but I do think it makes more for interesting gameplay. It makes it less likely that people will just naively trust randoms, right? And why I think that's a good thing is that it encourages people to form relationships and friendships, right? So rather than just trusting that random person who landed, who's running around outside your ship, you're gonna want to actually make friends and meet people that you know you can trust. And I actually think that's a good thing, personally. Now, I don't think it's necessarily a good thing for people who want that solo gameplay, but I've spoken a lot about this over the last few years. And, you know, do I think there should be solo gameplay in Star Citizen? Absolutely. But people who want solo gameplay need to understand that they are just not going to be able to do everything. But there does need to be gameplay tailored for those kind of people, right? But yeah, people just need to set their expectations.
For the mining mission, again, both factions will require you to get 2 commodities. So they require you to get ice, which can be found on the extremities of the Pyro solar system, so as far out from the sun as you can where it gets colder, or tin, which is found closer to the sun. that can be stolen, bought, or mined and refined yourself. However you wish to get these, they don't care, they just want the commodity. And then you'll have a destination where you're asked to drop them off. And last is the salvage mission. The salvage mission is asking for RMC, so that's hull scraping, or construction materials, so that's the actual structural salvage part where you have to fracture the ship. And again, both factions are asking for it and they both have their own drop-off points. How you get the salvage is, again, up to you. You can kill ships and harvest their corpse. You could accept the salvage missions and use those ships, or you could just fly about and attempt to find the salvage panels. The event is both PvP and PvE. It takes place in Pyro, so you've always got to have your wits about you. The Detatrine one that takes place at the outposts will have more of a PvP element because it's going to have more reward for people who are PvPing. The mining and salvage one are introduced for more industrial players, more PvE. There's not much you really need to do here PvP-wise, but again, you're in Pyro, keep your wits about you because you never know who's going to turn up.
The thing that's unusual about these missions is that they're designed to encourage group play. There's nothing stopping you doing it solo. You can absolutely do it solo, although obviously in Pyro you have to take appropriate precautions if you're playing solo. But each of these missions, if you can get together a group of friends to help out, you will probably find that it will be more successful.
Did you unfix that terrible fix that you did last patch?
The initial design of EVR has been fairly successful, but it definitely has areas it needs to be improved with, and one of those areas is enabling group play instead of suppressing group play. And the design intention is to move away from reward splitting. So with that in mind, we're taking steps towards that, and these missions and the way that the rewards are structured for these missions is a good indication of that design intention.
So with all this, the mission reward system is changing, right?
The rewards that you will get will scale with the size of the group that we expect for each mission. So the small missions are designed for solo players, the medium missions are designed for around 4 to 5 to 6 players, and the large missions are designed for 10 and above players. And in subsequent patches, the rewards will scale dynamically to the group that you have. And depending on the mission type that you're doing, whether it's the salvage or the mining or the Detatrine, your rewards will scale accordingly. Bear in mind that for the Detatrine missions, you have to put up the money to buy the commodity, and you will be rewarded enough to compensate you for what you've bought and a little bit extra. The other thing to bear in mind is that all of these missions have a secondary reward mechanic.
The dynamic scaling thing is cool. But I feel like it needs to there does need to be a limit to the scaling, because like what stops you rocking up to VLRT with like 50 people? Do you know what I mean? Like, I know. I think they do need to be careful the way they do this.
Which is that you are working to get tickets so that you can get the unique rewards, which you can only get during this mission, during this month, and then they will never be offered again.
It's like the redemption at Chuck E. Cheese.
I don't understand the reference, but okay.
I'm an American lost in Britain.
Why does this matter? With our plans for this whole year?
No, Anthony, because you have to remember there's 1,000 people that work at CIG, right? And what's really important is that the mission team, right, are not the people responsible for creating scanning. They're not the people responsible for FPS gameplay, etc. They're trying to give us what they can with the tool set that they have available, right?
More of a content-driven releases and more of a narrative storyline, as Dave previously talked about with the A and B stories. The idea is that these missions...
something to bear in mind as well is that Squadron 42 is now in its polishing phase, right? So there are a whole bunch of people who worked on Squadron 42 that have kind of been freed up a little bit. People who would have worked on missions for Squadron 42, right? So, yeah, I'm absolutely fine with this. You're right, the fundamentals are still all over the place, but I I still want something to do in the game, right?
Will tie into that. The side that you choose to work with will have a lasting impact. The choices you make will define the universe that you live in. And the really cool thing...
You know what? I give Elliot a lot of shit, right? But I hate... I hate what I'm about to say. I do think Elliot is a treasure, and I'm really glad that CIG have him because he's so good at communicating with the community, and he's very good at taking feedback from the community.
Thing about Supply or Die is because of the 3 different mission types we offer you, you can get all of the rewards.
Okay, those are pretty cool paints.
Supply or Die is because of the 3 different...
Yeah,
different mission types we offer you, you can get all of the rewards without ever firing a shot. And that's really exciting.
And as one chapter of the continuing fight for Pyro closes, another begins with Alpha 402 Supply or Die. But if you didn't get a chance to finish the February missions, we've extended them through to the end of March. So there's still time to choose your allegiances and secure the future that Pyro deserves. For Inside Star Citizen, I'm Jared Huckabee. Thanks for letting us share the people and process of game development with you. And we'll see you all here next week on Star Citizen Live.
Yeah, I kind of am looking forward to these events, and the reason that I'm looking forward to these events is because, you know, historically for the last few years we've had the 3-month quarterly patch cycle, right? And the game always, you know, there's always a lot of hype after the patch releases, and there's a lot of excitement, but by the end of the 2nd month, everyone's already done the content. Everyone's bored of the bugs, and the 3rd month in that quarterly cycle is the game just is dead. Always dead, right? So I am looking forward to having regular content updates, and it just gives me a reason to log in and play the game. I want a reason to play the game, right? But there needs to be the content there to play, right? So yeah, I'm looking forward to this shit. And yeah, it looks like 4.0.2 is going live tonight, hopefully. So let's hop in game. I tell you what I'm going to do. I might just do some ERTs. See how I get on with some ERTs in the Connie, because I haven't done any yet. And just kind of chill until the patch drops. Content and stable enough to actually play. Yeah, that's the big thing, all right? You know, if they can drop the content and make the game stable. Because here's the thing. The content that normally destabilizes the game are normally game mechanics, game features, right? So, for example, a new flight model or new scanning tech, or if you go even further than that, like server meshing, right? That's the stuff that normally breaks everything. Adding new missions generally doesn't. When they add new missions, you'll find that it's just generally bugs with the mission, you know? Right, let's go earn a little bit of rep, make a little bit of money. See how we get on. I'm not gonna lie, this is I'm feeling pretty with 4.0.2 hopefully going live tonight, I'm feeling good. Might have to grab myself a coffee here in a second though before we start playing. Actually, yeah, let me go make myself a coffee, and I will be right back. Also, make sure that you're, for those of you on Twitch, make sure you get in the giveaway, as we are drawing the giveaway today. Because I forgot it's a leap year and there's not 30 days. Sorry, I'm a bit dumb. Or a little bit slow. I'm the lowest common denominator that I was talking about earlier. All right, let's go in some rep, make some money. All right, we're let out of the hab. That's a good first step. I'm very excited to have, with 4.0.2 coming out, to have certain bugs fixed and have a different array of bugs to interact with. I'm being serious. It's nice just to mix it up sometimes, you know. Oh, look at this. Just white suits everywhere.
Welcome to the ASOP Vehicle Retrieval System.
Left out as poor YouTubers. Yeah, I need to work out a way to make giveaways accessible for everyone.
Has been sent. Thank you.
Okay.
Please visit us again.
Just gonna have a little bit of a wait while we wait for the ship to claim.
To the ASOP Vehicle Retrieval System. Welcome to the ASOP.
Apparently some things are getting wiped today. I don't think rep is in there. I swear to God, if my rep gets wiped, I'm going to be really upset. Okay. Grab an ERT. I was trying to hold F to zoom in. I accidentally bought some water. Fuck.
Welcome to the ASOP Vehicle Retrieval System. Vehicle selected. Stand by. Your vehicle has been delivered to the following location. Please visit us again. Goodbye.
Trying to work out if there was
Please visit us again.
anything else to take out, but I think the Connie is going to be our best bet.
Welcome.
Why are you going to come and crew my ship, Anthony? I could do with a turret gunner. Alexis, are you around? Anyone want a turret gun? Would be nice to have somebody on a turret to shoot fighters. Just a bit of extra DPS, you know.
Welcome to the ASOP Vehicle Retrieval System. Please visit us again.
Let's see how Reddit is faring today. Man, Monster Hunter Wilds is not doing great. Apparently it has some pretty significant performance issues. Ships should persist from 4.0.1 to 4.0.2, including exec hangar ships. Okay. Pull up testing chat. No ETA. I assume it's not going to be going live until quite late my time, so chances are stream will probably be done, but I'm not going to be streaming on the weekend because I'm going to go visit Razor tomorrow, and that's like just riding there and back is 6 hours. Or 7 hours actually. And then Sunday I'm going out with a couple of friends. So yeah, we won't be back until Monday. See how long we have to wait before we can leave. Oh my god, instant. It's a miracle. Turn that down a little bit before I go down. So the radar. I assume it's all hammerheads for ERTs. So that's kind of nice and makes it predictable. My scanning doesn't work, that's nice. Oh, my radar's off for some reason. I love it. And there's the target, so I'm going to try and not aggro the ads. And I need to update my game options again because it never saves. There we go. It's better. you go. Just aggroed him. All those turrets just turned towards me. It's wild. Let's try and drag him as far away from the ants as possible. Oh my god, dude. Holy shit! It's turned into a space dad. What the fuck was that? Holy shit, dude. Of course, because there's no distance from on the target. Like, I had no idea how close it was. But it just rammed into me at full speed nav mode. Fuck me, bro. That's insane. Oops. God, that was nuts. Okay, front shield's coming back up. Wait, it's flying away from me now. What the fuck? Oh, it's flying back to its... I'm not quite sure what's happening. I think it's just flying back to its spawn point. Oh man, this server does not feel healthy. Wow. The timing was perfect. Okay. We wait. It didn't kill me because the server's so broken. So essentially...
Peasants, I bring news! Join me in PC gaming and ascend to godhood! For you are weak, and I am
Anonymous
mighty!
gifted, thank you for the
An
gifted
anonymous
sub
user
to
gifted
server
a tier
error.
1 sub to server error.
I appreciate that. So it didn't kill me because... think about tick rate, right? You have a tick, you have another tick. Well, if they ram in between those ticks, then the server just doesn't see that it happened. So obviously the lower the tick rate is, the more likely you are to run into those sorts of issues. What it feels like to me is that there was
Peasants, I bring
like a moment where it was communicating.
Join me in PC gaming
Then it
and
stopped
ascend
communicating with the
to
server.
godhood! For you are weak, and I am mighty!
An anonymous user gifted a tier 1 sub to please underscore away.
I can't target anymore. Has my radar gone off? Fuck me, dude. Yeah, this server is bad, dude. Oh, did it fuck, did it reset all of my... No, it didn't. Okay, center is red. My missiles are still chasing it. That's how bad it is. There we go. Wow. That was bad. It just works. Yeah, apparently. Yeah, yeah, this server is absolutely scuffed. Go to a cave on Hurston. Oh, this one's going to be an Atmo. It's going to be more difficult. Oh man, I'm really looking forward to 4.0.2 coming out. Can I please just jump to the... let me just see if I can jump to this. It normally fails, but we'll see. Yeah, it's just sent me out into space. Wow, those missiles are still flying around. Oh, for fuck's sake. Still fighting the same issues that we were fighting 10 years ago. That's fine. I'll fly. I'll go to Everest Harbor. Fuck it. Oh, that didn't work. Okay. Fantastic. There we go. Yeah, make sure you get in the giveaway. We're drawing it today for the Misk Fortune, the new salvage ship. Then we're gonna, once we've done that, we're gonna set up a giveaway for the new Super Hornet. Watching that whilst watching the Interstellar soundtrack. Funnily enough, I used to play a lot of movie soundtrack stuff, including Interstellar stuff. A lot of Hans Zimmer stuff while playing Star Citizen, but I can't play it while streaming on YouTube. The moment I stop streaming on YouTube, if I keep streaming on Twitch, I just immediately put that music back on again. But YouTube is very, very, very anal about copyright stuff. The way that Twitch deals with it is they actually give you 2 separate audio tracks, one with music and one without. So it's just generally why I prefer Twitch, because it doesn't save the music on the VOD. Yeah, I don't understand why they don't attack at. It's so silly, dude, because not everyone wants to listen to the music, all right? At the very least, like, yeah, just let people either select which audio track they want to listen to, or let people turn the music volume down. I don't know, it's really weird. Okay, so this is a Herc. This is going to be a little bit easier. And my radar's off again. Oh, for fuck's sake. Dude, this is... I have to do this every time. Such a pain in the ass. I just got radar targeted.
Target acquired. Target acquired.
Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to do this without aggroing the other ones. Wait, I did it without aggroing the other ones. That's crazy. My power's scuffed. Dude. Drop that by 1. Wait, my one gun still isn't charging. Why? Is this the server being scuffed? Yeah, I think the server's just being scuffed again. Yeah, I can't even change the power. Ay, ay, ay. Man, with I might try and hop servers. This one's really bad. Let me go back to Everest. It's really weird that they use Hercs in both VHRTs and ERTs. I wonder if it's like C2s versus A2s or N2s. Oh, my radar reset. Oh, yeah, because I turned the ship off and back on. And now we wait. I actually can't wait for the Perseus. I think I'll be like out of the between the Perseus and the Polaris. I feel like I'd be flying the Perseus way more. Yeah, I'm number 1 in the queue, but I have a hangar, so I'm not gonna complain. Got my landing gear. I got the landing gear out. Forgot the landing gear was out, so I put it away. There we go. Nice. All right, let's swap servers. See if we can find one that's performing a little bit better. The one thing that is nice about YouTube is I stream at a higher bit rate on YouTube, so the quality is just way better than Twitch. So that is nice. You know what? While this is loading, I'm going to go and take a bio break. I'll be back, everybody. Okie dokie. Oh, that was wrong camera. Oops. There we go. Alright, hopefully this one is a little bit better. I hope they're not all falling over. That would suck.
ASOP vehicle retrieval system.
Also, hopefully the ship is still here. There we go.
Vehicle
I haven't run into the issue where ships get destroyed when they're stored for a while, which is nice. Alright, let's get in the queue. Oh, that was instant. Nice, fuck yeah. Let's grab a mission. This server already feels better. Did it remember my game settings? Probably not. I have to do this every time. It drives me nuts. Yeah. It's just when the entire client restarts, it resets it. Okay. I didn't want a quantum anyway. Fuck me, dude. Again, fighting the same bugs for 10 years. Looks like piracy is dead in the new patch. What, 4.0.2? No, I haven't done any piracy for a long time, dude. The game's just been too bad, man. I log in normally for like an hour every now and again, maybe 2. That's pretty much it. I would teleport out of target ship when near station LZ. Wait, what does that mean? Now would teleport out of target ship. You have to explain what you mean. I don't get it. I don't. Like what teleports? Okay, all the guns are working this time. I'll link a vid. I mean, you can. I'm doing a mission at the moment, though. I'll watch it a bit. Let's see if this one rams me. Oh, dude, this auto-targeting is so annoying.
Shields damaged. Shield is down.
Dude, these pips are all over the shop, man.
Shields damaged.
Oh shit, the other target's just end up. Yeah, the big issue that I have with these cannons is it makes it so much harder to deny shields. I'm a little bit miffed that my gold rings disappeared.
Engines down.
Oh, balls.
Weapons system down. Weapons system down. Target acquired.
And that's the ground. I might just have to bite the bullet and go buy attritions. I wanted to try and get back up to 4 million. ICU queue position 158. Okay. Wait, did we crash? I think it just broke. Yeah, I don't think it's going to load. Oh, it's annoying. So funny. On the day that 4.0.2 is coming out, the servers just go to shit. Hey, catch you later, Anthony. Let's try again. Oh, I'm stuck on that server as well. It's probably just going to load me into the same state. Oh no, not this. Yeah, I'm just fucked now. I haven't seen this since the PTU. Okay. And now I'm stuck on this shard. Even though I love that they were asked about shard locking on Star Citizen Live, and the guy was like, there is no shard locking. Uh-huh. Yep. Sure there isn't, bud. Okay, so from my experience, this can last multiple days. So what I might just do here is just draw the giveaway, call it for today, and then come back on Monday and hope for the best. No, I'm not going to wait for it because, again, from my experience, when I get this issue, when I die, the last time this happened, it lasted like 3 days or something like that. So I'm not going to hang around. All right. All right, giveaway is closed. Hi, Hunter. Bye, Hunter. All right, I'm just going to make this quick. The winner is, by the way, you don't have to be here for the drawing. So whoever I pull, I'll drop a message on Twitch. I normally give the person like a week to get back to me. So it'll be Twitch DM. If they don't get back to me in a week, then we will re-roll. But the winner is Pester. I don't know if Pester is here. But if not, then I shall drop Pester a message. GG's, thank you for taking part. I'll set up the giveaway for the Super Hornet. Yeah, no, he can't say he never wins. Yeah, exactly. I'll set up the giveaway for the Super Hornet on Monday. If I forget, just remind me. But guys, thank you for hanging out. It's been fun. I'm now going to go work on a video. And I got a bit of a long trip tomorrow on the motorbike. I'm going to go visit Razor, which is it's like a 7-hour round trip, something like that. So, yeah, I will catch you guys on Monday. Thanks for hanging out, everybody.